Okay, let's try that again. It would seem that my upload speed is just really inconsistent. I reset the router. I've also disconnected the mesh just in case that's causing any, like cross interference. It shouldn't, but I'm willing to take every measure possible to see if we can actually get some stuff done here. So, anyway, apologies for that and thank you for your patience, everyone. Hi Jackie, I'm glad you've got Gladstone with you. So yeah, we'll see how we go. It's now 7:45, so we'll give it a half hour and we'll see how we get on, guys. I'm really sorry about this, but it's something that I have zero control over. Zero. It's just being in a rural area and trying to get internet. It's just not the best thing. So let's just see how we go. Right, okay, so I was going to take this green and mix some white into it because I wasn't feeling it. That's what I was doing. I knew I was doing something. Oh, we seem to have lost Thea and Green Hat, our mods. They've disappeared. They've not caught us back up. You guys are keen though. Oh, there we go. Right, mixing some of this. So that mixing this with the white should give me somewhere in this range, depending. I say it's been such a long time, so I'm not entirely sure about the colours and everything. I don't even know, like I can't remember when I got that particular upgrade. My little rags here. Bring my paintbrush down here. To be fair, it's just been a complete week of frustrations, of which I won't go into. But basically, I've been in a bad mood since Monday for various reasons. So I really shouldn't be surprised at this at all. Right, let's mix this up. I was going to go and get my other brushes so that I could have just a mixing brush, because I normally do. Yeah, there we go. See, that's quite a nice colour. Yeah, like a minty colour. Oh, thanks, guys. I know it's like I work hard to make sure that everything's consistent and that we're sort of semi-professional, And it's really annoying when it's outside influences that I am paying good money for, by the by, that screw everything up for me. Like that's really frustrating. But there's, like, what can you do? What can you do? I just want to get this. I can't get the colour that I want now. Definitely going to have to get a mixing brush. You're glad that I've tried the Sea White watercolour journal. Do you know what? See, for the money, they're very good. They're very good. I'm impressed. So, like, I'm impressed. And I wasn't really expecting much. But yeah, they seem to be pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do, Colzo, is I'm going to get maybe a handful of them. I'll get like 3 or 4, and I'll pop them in the stash shop and see if people pick them up, and if they do, then I'll maybe start stocking them, a bit more often, have them as a bit more of a permanent feature. So we'll wait and see, but yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Cannot get the colour of green that I want. Okay, okay, oh, there we go, now we're getting somewhere, this minty colour. Yep. You would buy, but you've just ordered 2 new ones. I'll let you off. Okay. So I'm deliberately, I can't even speak now. I'm kind of keeping like quite a dry brush end here. And I just want to get this while it's still a little bit damp. And I'm going to mix this up and get some texture in here, because I want this to come out over the path here. Lorraine's going to buy them. Okay, Lorraine, that's good. Thank you. We'll see how we go. See, I can get them in smaller quantities with some of the wholesale stuff. You have to buy like massive quantities, or else they're just not interested. But with the sketchbooks, you can get away with quite small order sizes. I also need to reorder the medium square chunky sketchbooks again, because you all have decimated them. So I can order them at the same time. And we'll get them in the shop and see how we go. So that's really nice. I like that a lot. Lockdown Art and Beyond. Did you feed the mods to the hamster? Yeah, I've got a carnivorous hamster. Oh, that's really tickled me. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so you can see here I've deliberately not mixed my paint fully. I've just kind of left it marbled. And you can see, depending on which way I'm turning my brush here, I'm getting a little bit of white in there. So yeah, that's fun. Like, why would you not want to do that in your painting? It's all about the fun stuff. Patty, I feel like that I have Sauron's. Yes, well, that was kind of the idea. I think the original prompt was it not something like what can you see, or do you? No, it wasn't. Do you see what I see? I'm sure there's a song in that somewhere. God. But yeah, it was something to do with seeing something. And this actually, to begin with, it sort of happened by accident. It was like a happy accident, and that's why we went with this. But yeah, there's quite a few people that have looked at the original painting and actually didn't see the eye, which I thought was really interesting as well. They do a square watercolor one in a teeny weeny size, which lives. See that? Like, I love the idea of these like travel sketchy everything's, but the reality of it is I don't go anywhere. Like, oh, hi Thea. Look, we've got a mod back. I didn't. We were just saying, Thea, that did I feed the mods to the hamsters? But you're here. Yeah. Okay. We seem to be getting on a little bit better. I'm kind of frightened to say anything right now, though. To be honest, I don't want to jinx it. I think we've lost Green Hat as well. Right, that's a good point. Just while we're on the subject, I know there's not very many of you in the stream right now. I am looking for an additional volunteer to do some modding, and it's particularly for Cavemas. Oh, hi Marigold. So yeah, thanks Thea. If you could just make sure that she's okay. Like if she has to go or whatever, that's fine, obviously. Yes. So the idea is that we will be doing some live streaming for Cavemas, like we did last year. Hopefully the internet connection will be better. So if anybody would like to volunteer themselves to be a mod, now to be fair, I mean our streams are pretty quiet. They're pretty well behaved for the most part. So you know you're not going to have to do anything particularly technical, or even you know you most of the time you'll be able just to like sit back and enjoy the stream. But just really to keep an eye out for people coming in and spamming things, and you know especially you know if they catch on that the stream's there, they tend to sort of pile in the trolls. So if that's something you think you could manage, I say it's pretty straightforward. If you think you could manage, there's no like mega commitments or anything, but the more people I have that will volunteer to mod, the less times you're going to have to do it, if that makes sense, because obviously there'll be a group of people. So yeah, if anybody would like to volunteer their services, and again, you know I don't live stream all that often, so it's not like I'd be asking you to do it twice a week or anything. If you are able to, or you think you'd like to give it a go, you can send me an email. That's colorcavegem@gmail.com. My email address is everywhere. Like it's go into the about tab. Thea, if you could put it up in the chat as well, please. If anybody wants to drop me an email about modding, please feel free to do so. Patty, you've been told you're quick on the blocking finger. Oh, okay. So are you a bit of a hard ass mod? Is that what you're trying to tell us? I'm just making a mess now here with this. I really should have had another brush. YouTube didn't let anyone know about the new stream here. I was at the previous one for quite some time waiting to see if you'd come back. I know, yeah. Okay, so, yep. Thanks, Nye. It's just one of those things, and obviously I'm kind of like preoccupied now. Maybe I should send a quick message. I'll maybe stick a message on the community page. That might be an idea. Let's do that. see if we can rescue some people. Okay. Interestingly, when I clicked on YouTube, as in the normal, you know, like your normal YouTube, the first thing that comes up is my own live stream. How hilarious is that? Oh dear, that's hilarious. Right, let's see what we can do here. Oh, my channel. That's ironic, isn't it? That is ironic. Community. Hello, people. Hello. If you are still waiting on the original stream, we have started a fresh one. So leave and log out. So leave and close down. Oh. I can't. What's wrong with me tonight? And reopen for the fresh. Sorry, guys. I know you're like, all you can see is the end of my left arm. Fresh. And reopen. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, stream. Start fresh one. Leave, close down YouTube, and reopen for the fresh one. Oh my goodness, that was painful. Right, hopefully that people might see that. I've missed loads of chats since. Oh, goodness me. Right, okay. Daria went immediately to the community tab. Okay, yep. See how YouTube didn't even notify me about the initial stream today. Yeah, do you know what I've noticed? That there's a lot of people talk about the you know, like ringing the bell for notifications, but having spoken to a lot of YouTubers, it doesn't necessarily notify everyone. Now, on the upside, the internet seems to be holding strong for it. Shh, be very, very quiet. Like, don't jinx us. Good grief. Right, I'm just gonna mix this all together. This is just getting beyond a joke here. I don't really want, well, I do kind of want some light blue, but not right now. I need to find my mixing brush. This is just getting out of hand. I don't have enough space for my palette, and otherwise, because I would just use like a palette knife. Green Hat paid the ultimate price with the hamster. Right, I found one of my mixing brushes. This is get a bit more sensible now. I've just realised as well I'm missing a dog. I've normally got two and I've only got one. I've got Jock with me. I don't know where Pip is. Right, okay, so back to a previous subject, Jan. I'm interested in one of the... Oh, okay, right. Yeah, cool. It'll probably be a week or so before I can get them in. Thankfully, they don't come Royal Mail, so the postal strikes will not affect anything I order. These orders come via courier, so that's a bonus. So yeah, it'll maybe be a week or so, but again, I'll put a notification up on the community tab, Instagram, blah de blah, and we can go from there. We'll see how they go. Hello, Michelle. First time catching a live stream. Well, your timing's great because we did actually start and then we had to stop and start again because the internet wasn't playing ball. So thank you for joining me. That's very nice of you to come and see us. And yeah. I'm just trying to get the right shade of green here. And really, I'm just enjoying making a mess, if I'm perfectly honest. Hi, Diane. Now, Nye's asking a question. Is there any chance we'll have another Gem original story, this Cavemas? I was actually talking to Mr. Gem about that last night, and I was saying to him, I'm not sure I'm going to have time to do an original story. But maybe. Maybe. Now you will have to wait and see. Okay, that's better. Okay. Jan says Gentleman Jack. Do you know, Jan, it's something I actually don't have a bottle of right now. I'm usually full of the different Jack varieties. I have no Gentleman Jack at this juncture, which is slightly disappointing. He liked the doggy one last year. Yeah, it takes a lot of time though, that's the thing. Because obviously I've got to come up with the story, which it's not that easy to do. Well, I find it quite easy, but to come up with a good story takes time. And then after that, obviously I've got to voice over it and I've got to find all the suitable sound effects for it. And then after that, I've still got to film whatever it is I'm filming and then, edit that and then put the two together. So it's quite labour intensive. Oh, hi, Black Rose. I didn't. So when did you sneak in? Were you in the first stream? Because I don't remember seeing you in the first stream. Or Jules got me into sketchbooks after years of not using one. Thank you. It's been liberating and freeing. Okay, yeah. Cinnamon JD mixed with apple JD is your favourite. Cinnamon, do you mean the Jack Daniels Fire, Lorraine? Is that the one you're talking about? That would be ridiculously sweet. Oh, you were late, Black Rose. Oh, okay, so your timing was a little bit unfortunate. Well, hello, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate you very much. Come and join the fun. I'm just adding some definition. I actually don't like the shape of this bush at all. I'm gonna bring it all the way out. I'm gonna bring it out to there. Yes, Lorraine. Oh no, that sounds really sickly. I'm not really into sweet stuff. I do like a Jack Daniel's Fire. That is my Christmas tipple of choice. But I do find it very, very sweet. So it's usually only one or two, with a lot of ice in it, and I kind of nurse it. So yeah, you've clearly got a sweet tooth because the apple Jack Daniel's is really sweet as well. Okay, my bush is still not looking very bushy. It just looks like a big clod of paint. Colzuar, I did not know you could get flavoured whiskies. Yeah. Where have you been? Yeah, thanks, Nah. Yeah, I've definitely turned a corner. I am a little bit mucusy still. I won't go into too much detail, but I can feel inside my head it doesn't feel quite as congested. So yeah, I'm definitely on the mend now. Thea doesn't like the taste of alcohol. I think I'm just genetically predisposed to like the taste of alcohol, having a Scottish side and an Italian side. It was kind of inevitable for me. Jan, I think that would probably end up in a bit of a sore head myself. Oh my god, Bushmills whiskey. I can't think of anything more revolting. I don't actually like proper Scotch and Irish whiskies. I don't like the taste of them. I do, however, like Jack Daniels. I can stretch to like a Jim Beam or whatever, but it really is a stretch. Hey Nikki. Nikki, I'm actually quite glad you're here. I'd really like to visit Montana because you live in a really beautiful part of the US. How many months of the year does it snow in Montana? Okay, we're talking about whisking out a Malibu and pineapple. Oh, that's revolting. Oh no. Malibu and pineapple, ew. I had a friend, Charlie, who used to drink Malibu and milk. Right, I think I would really like to put a tree in here, so I'm gonna stick that in there. You have had snow already, it usually melts by May. Oh, okay. To concentrate a bit here, guys. I really love these muted colours. I really, really like them. Let's get a tree root out onto here. Oh, got a Pippi here stuck in that. Delightful. Mmm. Oh, Black Rose. You know you're always welcome here. Charlie's dad used to brew his own Malibu at 4 times the strength of the normal stuff. It was really good. I bet it was really good. Oh, that's hilarious. That's really funny. Oh, wow. Jock's not very happy. What's wrong, Jock? He's making squeaky noises. Oh, what's wrong? Do you want to come and say hi to everyone? Right, okay, let's see. See if we can get him to come up. Come on then. Oh, look, look. Hi, everybody. We've got a Jock. We've got a Jock. Oh, watch your head. Right, put my paintbrush down. See if we can angle this a little. Say hi to everybody. Oh, and I don't need kisses. There's a good boy. He's very needy just now. Are you okay? Did you just come up to see me? Is that it? Okay, no, okay. That was about the extent of the excitement there. Are you done, Jock? Is that it? Okay, right, yeah, we're done. Anyway, back to my tree trunk. Yes, Wendy, thanks for asking. He is all good. He's been pretty good for some time now. He's just, I don't know what's wrong with him just now. He's like really like super clingy. I think he's just getting old, to be honest. Your dog's growling at the TV. That's funny. He does look older, seeing, I would say in the last 3 or 4 months, he's really, well, I think he's starting to look his age. Everyone else is telling me no, but I definitely think he's looking much more his age now. But in saying that, we took him to the vet for a checkup not that long ago, and the vet that was on duty thought he was a puppy. And I was like, are you sure you're a vet? Like, questioning my judgment. Right, okay, so we've got a base there. I'm going to have to let that dry and then go back over it. Give it a waft. I suppose I can start the one next door, however. Oh, where is it going? I don't know, but it's fun. Why is there hair everywhere? It's because it was stroking Jock, that's why. Come on, Jem. Oh, there's a bit of something or other. Your cat's 15. Yeah, I think cats, Black Rose, are really good at concealing things. Do you not think so? The only time I really remember my cat showing its age was when it yawned and I caught like whiff of her breath, because that was a dead giveaway. Oh, that yeah, pussy cat. Okay, let's get this down here. Oh, this is so smooth going down. I'm not really sure where this tree's going yet. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along, but I like painting trees for that. 4-year-old Springer likes to make people think he's an old man. Oh, hi, Green Hat. Nice to see you. We've got you back. Yes. Hi, Danny. Yeah, Danny, we actually had to abandon the first stream because the internet was not playing ball. So there's actually two separate ones now. You didn't miss much in the first one, to be fair. But thanks for popping in and saying hi. Blood, sweat, and fur. Yeah. I'm actually surprised. I know that Black Rose had said she got a Jock hair in her stash shop order, which I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. And then obviously found out that she had a cat. I'm surprised that more people haven't complained about dog hair in their shop orders. Like I really don't know how that hasn't happened more often. I'm not sure about branches here. Yeah, only one Charlie. Yeah, we've had that before as well, Black Rose. Our cat actually had kidney failure, and we didn't know until it was too late. And he did a really good job of hiding it. They are good at that, definitely. Can you order dog hair? Certainly, Jan. It only comes in two varieties, though. It comes in crinkly and slightly less crinkly, and you don't get a choice of whether you get black, white, or grey. So I don't really think that's a good marketing technique at all. Okay, guys, I'm just looking at the time. It's nearly 8:15. I think we should switch now. I'm just going to set this to the side and let it dry. Um, and I think we'll switch over to some colouring. I do want to give a little bit more thought to these kind of like foreground trees. So I think I might have a little dwell on that and maybe go into my sketchbook before I do any more. But at least I've got something done. We have made progress, which is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move all this stuff out the way. So if you guys just want to chat amongst yourselves for a couple of minutes, I'll get switched over and we'll get the coloured pencils out. decided it might be an idea to fire up the backlights. Oh, come on. The only thing is I don't know if I've got the patience to unfankle these. There you go, there's your Scottish word for the evening, unfankle. Obviously is the opposite of fankle. If something is fankled, it is twisted and knotted, and you have to unfankle it, obviously. Back from filling your face. What did you have, Lorraine? Go on, tell me. We haven't talked about food yet this stream. Oh. Oh, there's a clasp there as well. Oh, hang on. Oh, they look really pink on the camera. They're more purple than pink, but hey, I'm cool with pink bats if you guys are. Oh. But whose idea was this? No, Nikki. Fankle, not fangled. A K in it, not a G. Fankle. Good grief. Fankle. Right, okay, I'm winning now. I am winning, sort of. Right. The problem is I've got so many cables and bits and pieces. Like I don't know where to put stuff anymore. Because I could probably put that on the floor actually. Oh, whoa, sorry guys, I'm just like bashing you. Oh dear. Roast chicken. Ginster's limited edition spicy sausage pasty. Oh no. Not a spicy sausage pasty. I've got Jack Daniel's water here as well. Goodness me, what? Like, I'm really not prepared for this tonight at all. I don't know what's happened. I'm usually so well organised. My crap internet's obviously put me off my stride. There, how's that? Oh, sorry, again. See what I mean? I'm just a disaster waiting to happen today. Right, okay, cool. So we've got a little bit of spookiness. That's about as spooky as we're going to get. Unless something very special happens. If something special happens, I've got a surprise. But I'm obviously not going to tell you what it is because I can't force it or make it happen. Hi, Yvonne. Nice to you're just in time for the colouring, Yvonne. We're just about to start. And we're also just talking about food. So you've been for a certain sandwich takeaway. Okay. Excellent. Oh, piece of paper everywhere. So here is our witchy friend. So you can see I've done some of her hair and I've started a layer on her hat and her book, and that is just to kind of get the ball rolling. Oven cooked fried chicken and a Magnum ice cream. I absolutely love the mint chocolate Magnums. I love mint chocolate, even though I don't have a sweet tooth. If I was to eat, that's what it would be. Okay, so let's think about this. First of all, I want to talk about her hat because I've had this discussion with Daria about the type of hat that our witchy friend is wearing here, and it looks to me remarkably like a sorting hat. I am not super like fangirl into Harry Potter, but I have seen the Harry Potter movies and I know that the sorting hat is very foldy and bendy and things, so I think that would be a nice addition to this picture. Black Rose has also had a week of a disaster waiting to happen. I'm right there with you, gal. Yeah, Thea, the Magnum, it's just normal vanilla ice cream inside, but the outside, like the chocolate, is dark chocolate and it's got like mint chips in it, like knobbly bits in it. They're really good. You must have them. Wendy, this colouring heaven, I actually mentioned the wrong number for the issue. It's the Bad Girls Halloween special, and I'm sure it's number 96. I'm now questioning myself. I'm sure it's 96, or might be 93. I think it's 96. Anyway, it's the Bad Girls Halloween special. It is available in the Colouring Heaven shop, as well as it's still in the supermarkets and things in the UK. What sort of paper did you print this onto? Green hat. Right, okay, this is, it's actually craft paper that I ordered from Amazon. I will send you the link to it. It's just basically like stiff paper, but I just like the tooth on it. Colzo's got a circle of doom. I'm hoping that that's at your end, Colzo, in the best possible way. I hope it's at your end. 93, thank you for confirming that for me, Charlie. Right, okay, so let's start to do some colouring then and get a move on. I have made a list of the colours here just because I've got a memory like a 7 this week, as I've mentioned, hasn't gone well, so I thought I better take a note of it. So I'm going to start with our book cover. Let me just spread my pencils out here. Oh. So I'm using Polychromos for this. So I've got red, violet, and the light red violet. So we're going to start with the light red, which is what I've got a layer of down here. So from my original part of the drawing, which was the doing the skin tutorial for Colouring Heaven, that is on their YouTube channel if you want to watch that. The light source is coming slightly from the left-hand side, and possibly quite a big light source actually, but it's coming more from the left than square on, and you can see I've put in some shadows there on this side of her face. So, and the same with our fingers and things as well, I've put in a little bit. So when we're thinking about the book cover, we have to think about this angle. You know, it's at quite a strange angle. So if the light source is coming from this right-hand side, this side's going to be a lot lighter than what's going on over here. So I'm going to stick with this light red violet, and I'm just going to put another layer down on top of this. The other thing I'm going to do is put some paper under my hand because this is getting a bit smudgy. Also need some more Jack Daniels, more importantly. Thanks for coming and stopping in lockdown, Art and Beyond. I really appreciate it. Have a good night or day for the rest of it. Toasted chicken with barbecue sauce. Oh, you guys stop talking about food every time. I actually, something that I've learned is I can't eat before a stream. I think it's just like a nervous thing. And then you guys all start talking about food and I get really hungry. But that was going to happen. I have got some steamed rice waiting for me. I'm not quite sure what I'm having with it yet. But I have some steamed basmati rice. So I can make myself something when we are all done here. Oh, thanks, Charlie and Jan. I'm really glad that you like the sky. The inspiration for that. Now you're going to laugh at me, Jan. You're definitely going to laugh at me. The inspiration for that came from my recent gaming antics. I'm sure I mentioned this on another video. I bought myself the Super Mario 3D All Stars for the Nintendo Switch. So it's all the old Mario games that came in 3D. So I was playing through Super Mario 64, and on the Bowser levels, the sky is like this weird purple and black amalgamation. It's an absolute eyesore. They have kind of like tidied up the graphics a little bit, but it's not great. And that's where the inspiration came from. So I would like to think that if I had done the remaster or the tidy up for the game, that's what the sky would have looked like when you go to fight Bowser. Just saying. So yeah, I'm glad you like it, and it's nice and easy to do as well. Though, you know, it's not, there's no complicated technique. So, you know, that's something that can transfer and most people will be able to manage it and make a really good job of it. Oh, Colsor, are you still fighting the circle of doom? Oh no. So I'm just building up some colour really slowly here. I want this to be quite delicate so that I can work in some shadows and things. That's like 2 layers of colour on that part. So I think I'm going to go for a third with the light violet, and then I'm going to switch to the normal, like the common or garden red violet, this one here. That's what you want for Christmas on Nintendo Switch. Do you know the thing is, Nikki, you can pick them up, you know, like, I mean, good quality. One's in really good condition on eBay. You can pick them up really cheap now. Um, they're, I like, well, the thing is, I mean, I've been gaming most of my life and I really enjoy gaming on the PC, but I've always been used to kind of like higher powered consoles until I started PC gaming. And I really appreciate the Switch for the portability because I can be sitting playing on the TV. And if Mr. Jem comes in and decides he wants to watch something on TV, I can just click the controllers and lift the whole thing out the dock and I can keep playing completely uninterrupted. So I appreciate the portability of it because if I'm gaming on the PC as well, I have to be in the cave because that's where my setup is. So if I've spent a whole day working and I want to play some computer games, I have to stay in the cave, and I don't always want to do that, you know, when I've been in the same position for so long. So I'm really enjoying the Switch for that. But I've had mine a year and a half now. Yeah, about a year and a half, and I use it a lot more than I thought I would, even though I still play a lot of games on the PC as well. Highly recommend. I wasn't playing Hades, or you need to think what Sky you. Yeah. Yvonne has started dabbling with metallic watercolours. As a pencil addict, it's a huge change. Metallic watercolours are fun. Right, I'm on to the normal red violet now, and I'm thinking about this light source and where the darker patches are going to be. So it's not going to be that dramatic here because this is the side that's in the light. Charlie's got a first gen Nintendo Switch. Charlie, I know what you're saying. I started with the one with the like the longer battery life, so that was like the second version. And I switched mine out for an OLED after a year, and have not looked back. Have not regretted it. The screen is absolutely huge when you compare them side to side. It's not actually that much bigger, but it looks a lot bigger, and the screen quality is amazing. Oh, Patty, Breath of the Wild. I never want to see that game again. I went and found all 900 Korok seeds, and I literally don't want to play that game ever again. I'm excited about the new one coming out next May, though. But yeah, I'll not be going back to Breath of the Wild. But it's a really good game. It's a really pretty game, isn't it? PC games over console anytime. Depends what the game is, Thea. Yeah, do you know something, Charlie? I did actually see the Steam Deck and I'm like, oh, but it's kind of expensive, honestly. I would rather have a PS5. Still got the first gen Wii. And Thea's still got her NES. I've still got mine as well, Thea. It's terrifying that it's almost as old as me. Right, I'm going to move on to this little section in here. Get this on the go. Somebody asked me the question the other day, if the cave was on fire, what would I rescue? What if I was only allowed to rescue one thing? What would I rescue? And my answer was my polychromos pencils. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Like, it doesn't matter about like the thousands of pounds worth of technology you've got in there. Save the save the pencils. I'm quite emotionally attached to these pencils though, so yeah. There we are. So that's again like just thinking about that casting a bit of a shadow. I might have to make that a bit more dramatic, but we'll just play it a bit at a time. 900 Korok seeds, yes. 900 green hat, there are 900. I did use a guide for the last like 150 because I just had no idea where they were. And by that time, I'd lost every last shred of patience, as you can imagine. Down her hand here. I was thinking about the texture of this book, and I was kind of thinking like about a leather bound texture, but there's quite a lot going on in this section here, so I wasn't sure that I wanted to busy it up that much. So I decided just to go for the smooth approach. We've got plenty of texture and interest going on everywhere else, so I don't think it's such a big deal. Oh, did you, Patty? Well, that makes me feel better. Yeah, there's only there's only so much you can do, really. I mean, there was ones using the guide when I got to them. The minute I got there, I was like, I would never have found this on my own. Completing Doom on a works PC. Well, that's funny because I completed Doom on my parents' works PC. I love how we've all got into our gaming chat now. This is great. I didn't realise so many of you were gamers as well. I think I want this darker. I'm going to have to pick another colour. Anyone playing? No, I am not playing Overwatch 2. What is a Colco Vision, Nikki? I've never heard of one of those. Jan's saying I would nip to the local PC World and look up hints in the guides they sold and never bought one. Shameful behaviour. That's tickled me something chronic. Oh, you're such a deviant, Jan. That's exactly the kind of thing that I would do. But that, do you remember like the Amiga and like Spectrum magazines that you used to get? That's what I used to do. I used to go into the newsagents and then look up, because they would only do like half a guide, and then you had to buy the next issue to get the next part of the guide. I just used to go in and like flick through it and then like remember what it was where I was stuck and then go back home and try it. It's a really old gaming system that Atari put out. Well, see, I had an Atari ST, but that was more of a like into the PC stage. But I know I don't remember that. I wonder if it came out in the UK or whether it was just a thing in the States. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to darken that down. I'm gonna grab my Delft blue. Gonna grab my Delft Blue. And this should work fairly well, yeah. Can you see the difference that's made there? That's what I'm talking about. That looks like a proper shadow now. Much better. So we're going to do the same down here, under this finger too. It was just a bit too wishy-washy looking for my liking. A Sega something something. You could have had a Sega Genesis, or no, you're in Europe. Might have been a Mega Drive or a Master System. Yeah, see, that's much better. If you're ever lacking a bit of oomph in terms of shadows or contrast, you know, if you've got paler colours, don't be frightened to use a dark purple or a dark indigo. 9 times out of 10, it'll go with whatever you've got. There's nothing scientific behind it, just it works. It's not even great colour theory, and there'll be people going, oh no, don't use that, use opposite side of the colour wheel. If you're in a pinch and you don't know what to use a dark blue or a dark purple, it'll be fine, I promise. I'm not scared. Right, okay, I'm kind of liking that a bit better. And what I'm going to do now here is just take this, the darker red violet, so the actual red violet, and bring it down here. Do you know what's bugging me about this? The spine of the book must be in there somewhere, and I don't quite know where it is. And because of the position of her hand, I did actually contemplate like marking it in with the coloured pencils, but I figured, judging by the thickness of the pages, it's probably just here and we can't see it. But that's been kind of annoying me. Simple things. Easily amused, or not amused as the case may be. Okay, so you can see I've got a little bit of difference there. I'm not quite happy with the texture here. So I'm just going to put another little layer down. I'm kind of scumbling as well, because yeah, I'm not going to be angry if there is a bit of what looks like texture there, to be fair. A ZX81. Oh, goodness me, Yvonne. An Olivetti. Oh, goodness me. No, I think I'm after that. The first PC we had was an Apricot, and they had the massive BBC computers in school. Okay, Nina's away to take her wee woofer out. Oh, I hope your little dog's getting on okay, Nina. I did see your posts originally. I hope she's settled in really well. Thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Nikki, I am using the light red violet, the red violet, and I just brought in the Delft blue for funsies there, and that's Polychromos pencils. I think I'm even going to extend a little bit of that up there. Not scared. Oh no, I went over the lines. Oh no. Okay, right, let's get cracking. On this part here, I am not going to use the light colour at all. I'm just going to use the red violet and now possibly the Delft blue. So I better get a wiggle on here. Get a layer of something down in here. Get all these wee itty bitty bits. I'm just doing my usual here though. I'm just getting a layer of colour down, and then I'll go from there. Do 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 do. It's quite entertaining because it's 20 to 9, and I will take a little break at 9 to feed the doggos. I'm really surprised that Pip hasn't poked her head around the door by now because her internal clock, aka her stomach, is usually scarily accurate, and she usually starts pestering me about 15 minutes before she's due to get fed. So I am expecting her to be in the room in the next 5 minutes because she's not here just now. So let's see if she's any good for setting our watches. Jan once took down the entire mainframe of Hull City Council. Oh, I love it, Jan. That's brilliant. I don't suppose that would have been much of a loss for Hull, would it? Oh, Jock's disappeared. I don't know where he's gone. He's just taking himself off for a jolly. He's obviously fed up listening to me talking. Tape reels, oh my. Just really funny, Jan. There's a guy I work with that's quite new to his job role, and he's from Hull, and he gets all the jokes. Gets all the jokes. He was telling me all the good jokes about Hull as well, none of which I can remember off the top of my head. But let's just say not a lot of them were complimentary. Lots of itty bitty bits. Right, here's an opinion thing. Do we think that we should have metallic paint on the design on the book? That might be a nice touch. Yeah. Kind of like that, because I'm thinking like a really rich gold colour or something. At least likes the bats. Yes, we decided on bats. That was the executive decision by the people of the stream, the cavers of the chat. You're a Hull City supporter. Oh my goodness. Hello, Wendy Nelson. How are you? Yes to metallic paint. Okay, well, that was an easy decision to make, wasn't it? I don't think we're going to get that far tonight, to be honest, because I kind of wanted to do the hat, but we'll see. Metallic pencils, no, 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 no. You'll not get me near any metallic pencils. They're awful. Paint or ink, never metallic pencils. No, 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 no. It's a waste of a pencil. Another vote for metallics. Yeah, I think we should do that. Metallic pencils are an abomination. Correct, Daria. Never a truer word spoken, my dear. Yeah, I have to say that is my one and only criticism of the Polychromos pencils. They have a gold, a silver, and a copper pencil, and they are absolutely revolting. That's the only word I can use to describe them. They're horrible. They're scratchy. They don't do anything. So yeah, no, absolutely not. What a waste! Like I would rather have three other colours. Just get rid of them. I don't want them. I don't like them. No, no, no. Patty says, tell us how you really feel. Yes, that's how I feel, Patty. Metallic gel pens. Do you know what, Lorraine? That's a really good question. I've never really got on well with gel pens anyway. They're just, I don't know, them and I don't seem to mesh well together. But, in saying that, there is a gold gel pen that I use all the time, and I'm just going to fish it out because it's just over here. I can't remember the name of it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this one. Yeah, if I am going to use a gel pen, it's this one, and it is the Uniball Signal Broad and Gold, and this one's actually almost empty. You can still see the ink in this part here, but there's not very much left in that at all. And I seem to get on okay with this one, but other than that, I'm not really. I would rather just use paint and a teeny tiny paintbrush, but I kind of like teeny tiny paintbrushes, so you know. Yeah, Elise, I'm not finished with the hair at all. This was not a finished section. This was just to like push the picture on. And that's just basically grey that's down there. I haven't put anything else in it. And right on cue, it is 20:46 and I have a Pip. There's a surprise. Hi Pip, you all right? You've got 15 minutes, baby girl. Yes, you've got 15 minutes. She's unreal. So predictable. Right. Oh God, Pippy here everywhere. Hang on, guys. Yes, Jim, come off that fence. Yeah, that's it. There's no neutral position for that, I'm afraid. Just nope. I feel as if this is taking forever to put one layer of pencil down. I'm pretty sure it's just because I keep stopping to talk. Stalking. Y'all are kind of getting me in the mood to get the metallic paint out now. Maybe we'll just finish the book so we can crack open the metallic paint. Definitely. Whoa. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it. Okay. So, I mean, this bit isn't very exciting, guys, because I'm just going to go back over this with another layer and try and kind of like even this out a bit. And then I'm going to go in with the Delft Blue, and that's where it's going to get a bit more interesting. Methinks. So I'll just carry on here. Now that I've decided I'm going to use metallic paint, I don't even have to be that careful round the fiddly bits. It's all very technical, you know, the fiddly bits. We don't have to be that careful, which is real nice. Can speed up a bit. Yum. Get going a little bit. The jumper is getting there, Jem. Oh, that's good, Cheryl. I'm glad to hear it. So you're using your time productively this evening? I'm curious to know as well, how many of you knit or sew or crochet? That seems to be a really popular pastime. And I was talking to Julia earlier of Julia K Art Studio, and she started crocheting. She's really into it. And she's making a really nice jumper. And she's got like a kind of like coral colour yarn, and it's really, really pretty. Um, and I'm just like, I don't have time for stuff like that. But apparently crocheting's quite easy to learn. Is that true? Is that accurate information? Knit, crochet and spin your own yarn. Oh, well, that's fancy. You found crochet easy to learn, Black Rose. Okay, that's quite interesting. Not that it's something I'm going to take up, but I'm fascinated by stuff like that. It's funny how I've got patience for some things and like zero patience for others. I have absolutely no interest in sewing or knitting or stitching or yeah, it's just not for me. But there seems to be really popular. Right, so if it's easy once you've got the basics, what's the appeal of it then? Is it just the fact that you can create a finished something or other fairly quickly, you know, like is it like satisfying? Patty's mum still knits, crochets, draws, and hand quilts at 92. Oh, Patty, your mum sounds like my gran who passed away last year. She was 98 when she died, and she still did loads of stuff up until her mid 90s. It's great. Oh, Wendy, you're crocheting. Is it a crocheting a bat? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I would love for you to share that on the Facebook page. If you have Facebook, that would sounds amazing because we like bats clearly. Knitting is good for your brain because it activates both sides and keeps you active. Oh, okay, that's interesting, Thea. Well, see, again, like I kind of shy away from stuff like that because I know it can be hard on your hands, and my left hand's not, you know, not really up for stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Fabric and textiles just doesn't appeal to me for some reason. Give me paper and pencils and I'm off. But I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't appeal to me though. Like I don't have a reason for it. Definitely satisfying to complete a knitting project, but you can also do it while watching TV. There's lots of things I do while I'm watching TV. Knitting wouldn't be my first choice. Come to think of it, I'm usually multitasking anyway. I very rarely sit and do one thing at a time. I mean, like right now, I'm colouring, I'm talking, and I'm drinking Jack Daniels. You know, like that's the best kind of multitasking. It's the only kind of multitasking. Crochet is a bit harder on the hand for you. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks, Wendy. I'd really like to see that. That would be nice. See, Mama Gems, she's got really into cross stitch. That's kind of like her thing now. And like, even just watching her, like, oh my god, it's infuriating. It's like painfully slow. It's like, wow, I thought like drawing in pencil was, you know, you had to have a lot of patience for. And she's like poking holes in these tiny little stitches that are like, oh no. She is still working on the accidentally massive canvas I got for her for Christmas last year. She's still working on it and she's determined she's finishing it for Christmas and I'm not allowed to buy her another one because it's absolutely huge. So it was a bit of a baptism of fire for Mama Jem. She started cross stitching, but she's persevered, and I think she's nearly there. I'll need to ask her. I have to phone her tomorrow, so I'll need to find out if she's nearly done or not. It's taken her forever, and she does do it like every day. So I don't know. I'm torturing my poor mother. Okay, just working. I'm kind of clock watching now, guys. Yeah, it's like 6 minutes. I'm going to feed the doggos. Okay, Lisa or Liza, please tell me how to pronounce your name properly. Lisa 1044, I'm with you, Jem. I'm a paper and pencil girl. Yeah. I am a knit one, drop one challenged. Yep, paper and pencil all the way. Yeah, I still see quite a lot of stuff about diamond painting as well, and I just feel that that's kind of like I don't know, not like a fad, but it's one of those things that picked up pace for a little while and then it completely died off. I mean, I know people still do diamond paintings, but again, it kind of falls into the camp of cross stitch for me, except messier because you can drop all your drills and then it's all over. So that would definitely would not appeal to me. And again, I'm not sure if that would be really hard on my hand or not. But I've seen some really lovely stuff, but I don't know. I don't think it's for me either. It's not really my thing. I'm really not enjoying the colour this is coming out. I might have to I might have to do quite a bit with the Delft blue here. Leslie, diamond painting has zero appeal to me. Yeah, okay, I'm not on my own then. Honestly, what do you do with all those diamond paintings? Well, see, that's what I think about the cross stitch thing. I'm like, oh, okay. Diamond painting is like embroidery, just easier and quicker. Yeah, I can understand that. Colour me honest, that makes sense. Jules, diamond painting reminds me of painting by numbers, and I never like being told what colour goes where. It's so true. Love it. It's a really good point, though, isn't it? Like, don't tell me that has to be green. I don't want it to be green. A fancy colour by numbers. Is that what we've decided diamond painting as fancy colour by numbers? I suppose that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time evening this out. I could be here for a while. Good grief. This was not the plan. This was not the plan. The picture is already on the diamond painting paper. Why mess it up? Oh, right. Okay. I think the diamond painting's getting a little bit too much hate here. Come on now, guys. Like, appreciate opinions, but some people really enjoy it. And I can understand. And see, this is the reason why I enjoy colouring. So it's kind of the same thing. I like the fact that it's something I can do while I'm watching TV. I'm not a big telly watcher, I have to say. It's usually Mr. Jem that's watching TV. Um, so basically, colouring for me is that balance of it's complicated enough to hold your attention, but it's not so complicated that it requires all of your attention. And if you're literally just wanting to relax and switch your brain off, you can color something really simple with markers, and you can just go for it and you can get a finished result quite quickly. Or you can do something like this that takes a little bit more time and get a little bit more satisfaction out of it, by putting a little bit more work in. So that's just my opinion, but that's the way I feel about colouring. Because there's loads and loads of times, especially if I've had a long day. If I've maybe been outside with the boys at 5:30, 6 in the morning, and I've finished my own job and then done cave stuff and then cooked dinner. You're looking at me sitting down, after I've fed the dogs after 9 at night. I'm not necessarily going to want to whip out my sketchbook and start, graphiting away and, like brainstorming and stuff. My brain's way too tired for that at that time of night. So sometimes it's nice just to colour something. It's a bit easier on the old grey matter. So yeah, that's my feelings on it. But I know, I mean, everybody has reasons for what they do and why they like things. But you know, I can understand why people would like to diamond paint. I get it, like I do understand it, but it just doesn't hold any appeal for me personally, I think is the best thing to say. Right, guys, I'm just going to have a little pause here. We're going to have an intermission, and I'm going to go and feed Jock and Pip, and probably have a comfort break as well. So I'll be back in a wee minute or two. I'm just going to put the wait screen back on. Don't worry, I've not disappeared. I shall return, and your guys are clearly having a good time and entertaining each other. So carry on, and I'll catch you up in a wee minute or two. Okay, guys, that's me. I am back. Happy doggies. Everybody's good. I can hear munchy crunchy sounds. Sometimes Jock needs a little bit of encouragement, but yeah, I think he's good. Top up my Jack Daniels. There we go. And yeah, off we go again. Why, thank you, Thea, and welcome back to you too also. Right, so what was I doing? That's right, red, violet, polychromos, building up these layers before we start actually making a dent in it. And yeah, okay, I think I could do with a wee sharpen here as well. Ugh. I just had a text message from Miss Julia saying that she tried to access the stream, and that is the second stream, so the like the one we're in now, and she could see the chat, but she couldn't see any of the stream. So I'm just wondering if that's happened to anybody else as well. That's kind of concerning. Yeah, Elise, I restarted the router. I disconnected the mesh Wi-Fi as well. Welcome back, face cam too. Well, I don't really want to jinx it, but if you all don't want to see my face, I can turn it off. That's fine. I do not have an issue with that. All good. Oh, I've got a really pointy point on this. Whoa. Well, that's the thing, Elise, and this is the problem that I'm coming across time and time again, and it's always a frustration for me just being in a rural area. Like, for want of a better phrase, I'm in the ass end of nowhere, and I had to pay quite a lot of money to try and get decent internet. So I'm paying a substantial amount of money every month for this, but they still don't really give you any guarantees because of where we are, and the internet is very temperamental. It is a lot better than it used to be. On my old connection before I did what I did, I would never have been able to live stream at all. But sometimes it's still a little bit temperamental, and I don't think I'm ever going to get around that unless I move to a more built up area. And it's one of those things I just have to kind of suck it up and get on with it. But I'm really glad I do get opportunities like this. Like, I feel really lucky that we are able to do this and, you know, sit and chill out like this on a Friday night. So, you know, yeah, we get there eventually, but sometimes it just happens and you just have to kind of deal with it. Well, hi there, Jock. Hi, Pip. Have you eaten everything up? You did, didn't you? Come on then. It's like if any of you have toddlers or have had toddlers, when they come, you know, like when they've done something like, I finished my dinner, they've got to come and announce it to you. Both of them. Yes, did you eat yours too, Pippi? Yeah. Yes. Right, okay, that's it. Excitement's over. Puppy. Thea, she's not a puppy anymore. She's 4. She is definitely not a puppy anymore. She's a big girl now. Is there a Pip? She's a good girl. She's turned into a really good dog. I'm actually really proud of her because I thought she was going to be a nightmare. But she's, yeah, she's great. Very affectionate dog as well, considering she's very independent. You know, like she kind of like goes to the beat of her own drum. And I thought she was going to turn into like quite a standoffish dog, but she's actually very human friendly. She's not keen on other dogs, but she loves a good cuddle with any human that'll pay attention to her. So they're all puppies to you. Ah, yeah. That's we still talk about the the dog that we had before Pip. So my first dog, and the whole reason that we're actually sitting here today, Jock and her had a litter of pups, and we still call them the pups. And they turned 8 last month, but they'll still always be the pups to us. They'll still always be the pups to us. We should try a Zoom cave chat. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Anyway, I'm getting a bit more. I seem to be getting somewhere now with this colour. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I was maybe just being too light-handed earlier. I'm just looking at your comment, Elisa. I'm not really understanding. I wonder if your internet would let you run and meet and colour season through StreamYard. I've heard of Stream. Did you not speak to me about StreamYard before? Is Pip a Jack? No, Pip's a collie. She's a short-haired collie. My Jack Russell passed away passed away. We had her put down in January, Colzo. I don't have a Jack Russell anymore. We've only got two dogs now. That was Woo, though, the Jack Russell. She was ancient. She was like nearly 17 when we put her to sleep. Leslie's got three pups, small, medium, and large. I like it. It's good. Yeah, you knew you got Jack Russell from somewhere. I know. Yeah, no, Woo was, well, say she was a good age, and she was really active up until more or less a few weeks before the end. But she started having really bad digestive upsets, and it's something that had always bothered her, but it was really sporadic. It was like maybe once every 3 months, and it just started happening more and more frequently. And it got to the point where she was having, like you could really see she was in pain, and it was happening quite a lot. So we took her to the vet, and we found out that she had a tumour growing, and it was inoperable. And we just made the decision that was going to be the end of it. So we took her home for the weekend on pretty heavy medication. That was on the Friday. So she was comfortable for the last few days, and we took her out. She still wanted to go out and run about and things. She wasn't that sick, but obviously the painkillers were allowing her to go and have a last jolly round. And then we had her put down on the Monday, and that was it. So, but even if it had been operable, we probably wouldn't have done it just because of her age. It wouldn't have been fair to put her through that, to maybe prolong her life, another 3 6 months. So we just made the decision. But it was just time for her to go, and she was a smashing little dog. I'm not really a fan of Jack Russells. When Mr. Jim, when I met him, Woo was like obviously a lot younger. She was just little then, and he told me that he had a dog, and I got really excited. I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. What have you got?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've got a Jack Russell." And my friend said to me, my face literally fell, and I kind of went, "Oh, right, okay." And she was like my bestest friend. Her and I became really good pals, and I miss her loads. She was fab. But I still don't think I'd have another Jack Russell. Oh, I'm losing my bats. Hang on. Just you go back there. Oh, broken. I'm just gonna break my desk. Right, there we go. That's better. Maybe we should switch them out for the ghosts, just for fun. I keep like kind of like leaning back and squinting at this. I'm like, what's going on with this? This is not going according to plan at all tonight. I don't know what's happening here. Mm-mm. I kind of want to turn this round. Is anybody going to get mad if I turn this on its side? At least. Ah, right, okay, right, that makes sense. No, please don't apologise. Having a group video chat, but everyone is colouring together. Oh, that sounds quite interesting. Oh, Weasel, I'm sorry. Was your ferret old? Okay, right, nobody's gonna get mad. Cool. Jacks can be. I don't know. Um, the thing I think about Jack Russells is that you've got to kind of rule them with an iron fist when they're young, when they're puppies. And I'm not talking about being cruel to them, but you've got to be very firm with them. And I tend to find that they turn out better. Mr. Jem's entire family have had Jack Russells for like long and weary. And some of them have been bad-tempered little so-and-sos, but they've been obedient, bad-tempered little so-and-sos. And other ones have been like Woo, where they've just been absolute sweethearts. But it seems to be that ratio is skewed in the wrong direction for my liking. Um, and I always used to say when I had the three dogs, so I had the two collies and the Jack Russell, and I always used to say there's only one dog I have to tell more than once. And everyone knows that Jack Russells have got a mind of their own, so yeah, there was that. He was 6, so a fair age. All right, so 6 is a good. I don't know much about ferrets. 6 is a good age for ferrets. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. But you've probably done the best thing for him, Weasel. When it gets to that stage where physically they're unwell, in other ways, it's time. So I'm really sorry. That's really sad. Black Rose, your neighbours have got Jack Russells and they bark at everything. Yes, they can be very, very barky dogs. And yes, part of the charm in inverted commas, use that term loosely. They are very barky dogs. And that is the reason that Pip barks when someone comes to the door, because she learned it from Woo. She didn't know why she was barking, she just did it. Oh, thanks. Colour me honest. Bye bye, and have a good day. The rest of your day, evening, whatever. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you another time, hopefully. And the internet might be better. Yeah, definitely Weasel. Oh, hi Michelle, you're back as well. You found us again. Apparently YouTube's not been very good for notifying people that we've shifted over. So I'm glad you found us again, and thanks for coming back. I appreciate that very much. I'm just slugging away here with my book. I'm kind of hoping to get to a stage where I can use some metallic paint. I'm not actually in any rush to finish off this stream if you guys still want to hang about. I'll need to be done probably 10:30 at the latest. But it's not like I've got anything else to do after this. Maybe apart from let my dogs out. Yeah, I can stay on for a little while. I had kind of originally planned. I know I'd said in the description that it was going to be till 9, but because of our technical issues, obviously I was quite happy to carry on after that. So I'm happy to sit here for a little while longer, even if it's just to do some metallic paint. Get the metallic paint out, Jim. Come on. Never mind the book cover. Hi Terry. Yes, we're here. I know it's absolutely fine. It's apparently YouTube hasn't notified anyone. You're not the first person, and you'll probably not be the last. I say we'll continue on for a little bit longer, seeing as everyone's missed out. We'll just keep going. As long as you guys are happy, I'm happy. Ah, that's okay, Black Rose. You stay for as long or as little as you like. That is not a problem, my dear. I'm actually thinking that after this layer of pencil, I nearly said paint there, I might just go and get the metallic paint. How would everyone feel about that? Is that something that might be a little bit more exciting than me slugging away with a red violet? Because it's not a problem using pencil round the paint once it's dry. That was kind of my thinking. Thea likes the sound of the pencils. Is it like I can't even say it now. ASMR. AMS? No, ASMR. God, why is my brain not working today? Yeah, ASMR. That's it. ASMR, yeah. Okay, Teddy can stay all day. That's great. ASMR, yeah. I don't know why that was such a problem for me, Thea. Like I'm not, my brains just can't put letters in the right order. It's obviously too late at night. Whoa. Right, okay, I think I'm gonna make this part in here book coloured as well. I don't think I want the whole thing to be metallic. Right, now the question is another executive cave chat decision. What sort of metallic do we want? Do we want colour metallic? Do we want gold? Do we want silver? I'm open to suggestions because the likelihood is I'll be able to find a metallic paint in whatever you want because Julia Kay is my friend. So let me know what your thoughts on that. Speak of the devil and she shall appear. Hello, Julia. I was just saying that I've probably got every colour of metallic paint because of you. That was like a little abracadabra magic spell. That's hilarious. Oh, everyone's saying silver. Oh, okay then. I kind of like it. Silver. There's a thing. Julia, have you sent me silver paint at any point? Oh, Julia K. Metallics are the best you've used. Yes, they are. That's why Jem likes them. See, that's gone much smoother in there. I don't know what's going on with this. Really strange. Really strange. Rose gold. Silver. Julia's now rhyming off all of her colours. Heimer, Luna. I've definitely got Luna. I think I've got Heimer as well. There was another vote for Rose Gold there as well. Oh, this is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. Right, let me just scoot over here and see what we've got. I've got like 2 palettes of Julia's paint, so this could take some time. Oh. So this one. It's this one. Maybe rose gold for the star in the middle. Okay, right. Let's move. We should really give her a name as well. Come on, guys. We need to name the witch. Oh, okay. Or what about this one here is called Ode. Hope I pronounced that right, Julia. Was me right in? And silver colour, but it's got a gold sparkle in it. Oh, it's fancy. Or we've got this one here. I would say that's more of like a true silver. That one's quite pretty, isn't it? Maybe we should use that one instead. Okay. All right. Look at them. They're so pretty all together like that. Very good, Uda. Yeah! Hi, Rana. How you doing? I don't think I'm ever going to be any good at speaking Swedish, but I have learned a few things. Okay, right. I think we'll. Oh, put this back down here. Name her Uda. Okay. Oh, right. Obviously, if I'm going to do this, I need some paintbrushes and water and stuff. That's a problem. My brain is not working tonight at all. Oh lordy. Right. Let's see. I need to move some stuff out the way. Okay, cool. I got paintbrushes I got paint pucks. I got some water. I need a rag. A rag. Yeah, this is much more exciting than slugging away with the same pencil, isn't it? Right, let's not mix the water with the backlights. That would be a bad idea. That would be really bad. I'll do this down here. Right, there we go. Technically, I don't need clean water and dirty water, but always got two anyway. Oh, the paints look yummy. Yeah, Julia, we were talking about your crocheting a little bit earlier on. There are a lot of crocheters in the chat, so feel free to talk about the crocheting. I was telling them about the lovely coloured wool that you had that you showed me earlier. All the crochet. Anyway, meanwhile, back in the cave, we're going to paint things. I'm going to use this little weeny sea white brush just because it's awesome. So this is a 0. I do sell these in the shop. I don't know how. Yeah, oh good, nice one, autofocus. So yeah, teeny weeny brush, but that's just so that we can get some of these details. Right, okay. I think. Oh. I think we'll just wet this. I don't know where my squishy diffuser is. It's gone walkabout somewhere. So I'm just going to plonk some water on that and give it a little minute to do its thing. All shall be right with the world. For non-Swedish, Öde is destiny. There we go. Öde. While I'm waiting for that, I might as well just go back in with my... Are you okay, Jock? Are you alright? I think he's okay. I see you. Come on then. You're a funny boy. Yeah, that's the kind of richness. See this top right hand corner and what I've got here, that's the kind of richness of the colour I want. It's going to take a good few layers, I think. Oh, Black Rose. There we go. That would make a pretty name for the witch. Destiny. Okay, there we go. I think, is everyone in agreement on that? Because I think that's a great name. Right, okay, let's grab my little paintbrush now. See how we're doing. Okay, so someone was asking earlier about watercolour and metallic and it running, and the key is to make it quite thick. So not like a paste consistency, but you want the ratio of water to be minimal. It does need time to sink into the actual paint though. And I'm just going to show you on this little sheet of paper first. And maybe zoom in a little bit as well. What do you think? Means you can't see the bats right enough. But basically you can use it like ink. Look how shiny that is already and it's not even dry. It's so exciting. I'm so easily pleased. I'm so easily pleased. It's amazing. Right, okay. Anywho's. So I think I'll start down here. And the nice thing about this as well is that I'm going to have to move this all the way up here. The nice thing about this is as well, if you go outside the lines a wee bit, it's not the end of the world because you can just take a fine liner and you'll literally just like draw the lines back in. Oh, come on, autofocus, don't be a pest. Just going to put that to manual focus just now. Somebody remind me to unfocus it once we're finished here. But you should be able to see without it blurring out now. So this is really thick. In terms of watercolour, it's really thick. But that's what you want because you want good coverage, lots of shine. And if you use a little brush like this, you can get into all the nooks and crannies. Let's see, like if I tilt that already. Oh goodness me, I'm actually wrecking the place. Now see, because I've turned the autofocus on, it's just going out of focus. Right, when I'm finished, I will show you. We can admire the shiny in a little minute. Oh, so shiny. It's like candy for paper. I just love a teeny tiny paintbrush. I actually just do. Like I can't help myself. Teeny tiny brushes and like teeny tiny fine liners as well. I love a really little tiny fine liner. I really like the Pigma Micron 003. They're like wee. So many delicate lines with them. Love them. There's no such thing as too many of Julia's paints. Hello. Walking example here. Living, breathing example. Never have too many Julia paints. So my plan would be for this to do all the metallic stuff. Then I would finish the colouring and then I would ink back in the black line work if that's what I wanted to do with previously mentioned teeny tiny fine liner because that's exactly what they're for. Oh, right now, look, green hat, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Putting the link to Julia's Etsy store in the chat. Are you trying to bankrupt everyone? Good for you though, Julia. Yeah, Julia's paints are amazing. I feel like I don't need to say it anymore because you all know that I love them. They're really, really good quality. They're so nice to use. And you can see it's literally like having liquid metal here. And it's the best fun. So yeah, head over to Julia's store. She does update it. Julia, I'm sure you're saying this already. She does update her stock with her new colours, so like fresh colours. The first Friday of the month, Julia. So a week from today there will be new colours in the shop, I think. Please tell me you've already said that. Yeah, you're such an enabler, Green Hat. Don't even pretend that you're not. Yes, so Julia has 2 new colours coming next week. Yes, okay. There you go. I've just done your advertising pitch for you. Come to the cave, be enabled. Gem and Green Hat are there for your enabling needs. It's sparkly down here. It's a sparkly rabbit hole. Oh my god, that's tickled me something chronic. That's really funny. Oh, good grief. Sparkly rabbit hole. So pretty. My dog is growling. Why is she growling? I don't think she's growling at anything in particular. I think she's just growling for the fun of it. What's wrong, Pippi? You hear something? I didn't hear anything. Silly dog. Oh, hoo that have metallic paint markers like Posca, right? Okay. Oh, I figured out what Pip's growling at. Oh, that's hilarious. She has seen her own reflection in the windows in the sunroom because the blinds aren't down and the light's on. So she thinks it's another dog that's trying to get into her property, if that makes sense. That's funny. I couldn't figure out what she was growling at because I can't hear anything. That's classic Pip, that one. Yeah, I have some of Julia's dot cards in the stash as well. If you want to try some colours out before committing to a half pan or a full pan, which let's face it, like don't be silly, you want to commit to them, but you know it's also a cost effective way to get a hold of a couple of Julia's paints all in one go, because the dots are quite generous. Yeah, you know, it's like sometimes you get dot cards from companies and they're really stingy. Julia's aren't stingy. Julia's are good. They're good big blob. It's like a blob card. It's not a dot card. It's a blob card. Yeah, confused puppy. To be fair, easily done with Pip. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, collies are so clever." I do question that sometimes. They're big because I've got shaky hands. They're blob cards because Julia's got shaky hands. Let me see. I'm going to go and find one and see if I can find one that's got like a bumper blob on it just for fun. Let me go over to the stash shop stuff. Swim over. Let's see what we've got in here. Julia and her big blobs. Yeah, look at this one. Look at this one. Ah! Look at the size of that. It's huge. These are the sparkly colours. I'm just gonna open this one up. I'll show you guys. Because these ones are always a bit more popular nearer Christmas as well. These are the starry colours. Ooh. Right, I will actually need to put the autofocus on and zoom out a little bit for this. Ugh. There we go. Look at these bad boys. Ooh. So pretty. So pretty. And you've got Luna as well, which is a very metallic silver. It's probably more metallic than this one. But yeah, there you go. So that's what we've got in the stash shop of Julia's, and they come in a cute little packet. And she also gives you a tester of one of her other colours as well, just to try out for fun. Those dots are smaller. They're not blobs. They're proper dots. But yeah, they're in the stash shop for anybody that would like one of those. And obviously as well, the mailing is super cheap because they're small and they're light. And yeah, Royal Mail can't rob you quite as much. Because it's a little small package. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to what we were doing. What were we doing? We were zoomed in here and we had our autofocus off. Get there. So now it's quite interesting. In this light, the paint looks really untidy. But from where I'm sitting, it's actually all inside the lines. So that's quite interesting. But yeah, this what you can see here, this is the exact reason that I like to go back over it with a fine liner once I'm finished, because I like it nice and neat and tidy. I actually need a bit more water on here now. It's getting a bit goopy. Thea, have you been taking drugs again? A river of shiny. So Lorraine's getting her shopping list ready. That's a sea white watercolour pad and Julia's dots. Ah, that's funny. You have to treat yourself sometimes. I know myself, especially in the recent, current economic climate, some of us are maybe less inclined and, have to tighten the purse strings, especially here in the UK. Things are just not fun right now. But you've got to have a little bit of what you fancy, otherwise, what's the point? You know, just every now and then. And what better way to treat yourself than with a sea white watercolour journal and some of Julia's paints? Just saying. Oh, the teeny tiny. Christmas is coming, people. Present to yourselves. That's the excuse I use all the time, Green Hat. All the time. Yeah, it's Christmas. I'll just treat myself. Did you get a stockist for Polychromos? Yes, I did. I did. They will be, it's probably, truthfully, it's probably going to be nearer the end of November before I've got all the Polychromos in stock. But that is happening. That is in the pipeline. That is confirmed. Even in February, Christmas is still coming. Yes, but we have to be sensible about these things sometimes. I'm going to paint this bottom half and the inner ring a different shade. Getting fancy pants on now. Concentrate a little bit here. Oh. Your unbirthday. Buy things for your unbirthday. Oh, look at all the love for Julia's paints. Well, there you go, Julia. If you felt unloved before you came into the stream, I bet you feel loved now. And the cute tins. Yeah, Jan, I like the tins too. Oh, well, I balls that one up, but never mind. Fix it with a fine liner, it'll be alright. Oh, what was it called? I didn't realise that. Well, I'm really glad because they're really reliable pencils. And I can't recommend them enough. They're definitely worth, their value for money. I know they're quite expensive and not everyone's willing to fork out that kind of money, but to do what you're doing and build them up slowly is a really good way. And as pencils, they last ages. If you compare them to the likes of Prismacolors, I always feel that Prismacolors are a bit of a false economy because they're so soft and you run them down really quickly. That doesn't happen with the Polychromos. So I just love them. I mean, they're great. They're really versatile pencils. So I'm super glad that you found love with them too. And I will be happy to help you build up your collection. In a couple of weeks' time. That would make me very happy indeed. Whoop. I did enjoy using the Prismacolors up on the sky in this image the other day, though that was kind of fun. Patty's raising her hand. I have a pencil problem. But that's the thing though, like in the cave obviously we try a lot of stuff out and some stick and some don't. But generally I tend to go back to the Polychromos. So, you know. Right, here we go. Now this is a thing that I find quite challenging and I think it's just to do with the steadiness of the hand situation. Trying to paint in a circle. It's difficult. It's difficult. I'd rather have to draw a circle than paint inside the lines of a circle. This is one of these ones where I kind of want to stick my tongue out because it helps, you know. Obviously it helps. Ooh, either that or hold my breath. Just something I noticed I used to do a lot. See, when move these paintbrushes out the way. When I first started drawing and painting, I used to hold my breath a lot when I was trying to draw a straight line. And clearly I do it when I'm painting in a circle as well. Oh, it's funny. Oh, missed a bit there. Okay, that wasn't too bad actually. It was not terrible. Not terrible. Circles are difficult. Yes, they are. Circles are difficult. Can draw you a giraffe. Don't ask me to draw you a circle. Okay. Ooh. Oh, so that needs thinned down a bit. That's too thick. It's kind of globby. Oh, yeah, that didn't go well at all. The nice thing as well though is if you are using more paint, you can just paint over the top of this with another metallic paint. You know, that's not a problem either. So I'm going to just going to give my brush a little wash here with my paint puck. Yeah, the paint puck situation in the UK is dire, people. They're really difficult to get hold of, and the ones you can get hold of are really expensive. It's not cool. Not cool at all. You chew your lip, that's interesting. The other thing I've noticed as well, and I'm not sure if anybody's picked up on it, but see when, especially when I'm drawing, I twist my pencil in my hand like this, like I actually turn it in my hand. It's really weird. And I've noticed I do that when I'm taking pause for something, you know, if I'm trying to decide what to do with something or I'm not sure where a line goes, I turn my pencil in my hand. It's weird. I only noticed that though from editing loads of videos that I do it, you know, quite frequently. It's just one of those things, it's just a habit. That's funny, Colzo. You can hear the not breathing parts, that's not good. It's funny, but it's not good. Right, okay, I think I want to use the oud for the other parts. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, this is gonna take a bit of soaking to be fair. So I'm just gonna splodge a bit of that in there, let it sit for a minute or two. Everything will be fine. Come along, oud. Oud. Yeah. Keeps the point pointy. Yes, we do need a pointy point. Well, thanks for coming and stopping in, Julia. It's actually been really nice to have you, considering we were talking about you just before you came in. And I hope that you are feeling better tomorrow again, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye, Julia. So fun. Oh, you guys, I'll say night night to each other. How cute are you guys? Oh. Oh, the shiny. Oh, the shiny. Right, okay, let's see what we can do with the oud. Oud. Oh, here we go. So yeah, this is like a silvery grey paint, but it's got gold sparkle in it. Like, what more could you want from a paint? Crazy. Ah. I might have to do 2 layers of this to get enough gold sparkle out. The gold sparkle is not always forthcoming initially. Right, there we go. That looks good. And in a small area, it doesn't always distribute evenly because it's glitter. So let me just see what I can do here, guys. And again, you don't really get the full force of it until it's dry, but it's usually really worth it. This inner band here, that might even be too much for this teeny tiny brush, but I'm going to do my very best. I'm not scared. Say fine liners fix everything. It actually doesn't look that much different. Oh, no. Okay, here's me like, yeah, we'll make it all different. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay, a green hat. The one that I actually used is Esserin, Eserin. I'll show you in the palette once I'm finished here. Esserin. Uh, oh, that's cool, Jan. That sounds good. I don't like the model painting paintbrushes. I've actually got a couple. I just don't like them. I mean, to be fair, I'm managing pretty well here. See, now that I've said that, I should not have said that. I should not have said that. Um, I don't really plan on painting anything much smaller than this, to be fair. I think this is about as small as I would ever need to go. Not only is this skinny, but it's a circle as well. Whose idea was this? God. Ha. The teeny tiny paintbrush triumphs. There you go. Barely went outside the lines there. Oh. Gonna do these little bitties in here. Ooh. It's going better than I thought it would. The other thing I wanted to say as well, just about this design, one of the things you can do to make it look a bit more integral to the book is to put some cast shadows, a bit like we did with the hand here, so that it looks as if it's like sitting up off the book, you know, so as if it's like an actual metal whatever that's been attached to the book, you know, just makes it look a little bit more 3D. That always helps, I find, blend it in better rather than it just looking like a big clod of, you know, metallic paint that you've put on the paper. But again, I'll probably do that at some point. I am going to finish this over the weekend, and I will post the finished picture on Instagram and Facebook and all that jazz. Right, okay, so if I zoom out now, put my autofocus back on, and zoom out a little bit, you can see some of the metallicness from there. Let me just pop this out the way. Ooh. So yeah, if I do that now, look how shiny that is. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So if you can imagine that now, but with a thicker background colour, much more akin to what's going on in here, that's where we're going to finish up, and that silver is going to look fantastic. Just with a little bit of touch up with the fine liner as well, that is going to be good. So Destiny is coming along nicely. I will have to do something with her sorting hat as well. Oh. I love how you keep like all suggesting different paintbrushes. My paintbrush was fine. That's all I needed. Lines are for going out of. Ah. Oh dear. Shiny. Shiny, shiny. Oh dear. I do like a good rigger brush though now that you mention it. They're pretty good. I don't know how you'd get on with metallic watercolour with them though. Um I don't know. You could try it, I suppose. Yeah, I'll just stick with my teeny tiny zero. Thanks very much. I do tend to find that with the likes of gouache, acrylic, and when you're using acrylic, when you're using metallic watercolor, anything with synthetic bristles tends to be helpful because they're just that little bit more rigid. You know, they're a bit more robust, and they seem to cope better at keeping the paint within the parameters of where you want it. God, this is getting technical. Okay, right, guys, I think I'm going to call it quits there. It's quite a nice time to stop things. It's coming on 10 o'clock. I have had a lovely time this evening, bar our little hiccup at the beginning. And I'm glad that most of you have been able to come back and find me again. So that is absolutely fabulous. I hope you guys have had a good time tonight as well. I've learned about crocheting. And I've learned that some people mix different types of Jack Daniels together, which I think is a terrible idea, but you know. And yeah, so that's kind of nice that I've learned things too. It's all good. We've had a visit from Colour with Claire. We've had a visit from Julia Kay. What more could you want in your live stream? So the plan going forward is that obviously now we are coming up to Halloween and we are then into November. It is highly, highly unlikely that there will be a live stream before the end of November. As most of you will be aware, it is now Cavemas planning and executing time for Gem here, so I'm going to be pretty tied up with that. It's a busy, busy time, and I want to get everything done. I do have a slight paranoia after what happened last year. If you remember, there was a lot of really bad storms in the UK, and we were 11 days without power. We were 6 days, no, not as many as that. 5 days without water, 11 days without power. And that really, really put a stress on things. I don't think that it's going to get to that extreme this year. But basically, we ended up having a slimmed down Cavemas last year because I was so far behind. So I'm really keen to just get on and smash it out the park and get ready. So I'm pretty well organised. But yes, so we might have another live stream at the end of November, depending on how well the Cavemas stuff is going. But as always, I shall keep you informed, and you will have your normal videos on a Thursday and a Sunday as well to keep you occupied until that time. Okay, yeah, everybody had a fun time. Oh, that's good. Thank you for your resilience. Yes, very resilient now. Please not again like last year. Oh, you're telling me, Jan. Oh, you're telling me. Yes, well, a smooth Cavemas would be lovely this year because we had such good fun last year with the live stream, didn't we? Yeah, there's going to be a couple of live streams at Cavemas, so you can look forward to those as well. And if they are half as funny as last year's, we're going to have an absolute ball. Let's be realistic. Black Rose, I'm really glad. I know you've had a tough week this week, so even if we've cheered you up a little bit, then I have done my job this evening. Right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you coming and hanging out, as always. And it's really nice to interact with some of you because it's been such a long time since we've done this. If there's any way for me to squeeze in another live stream between now and the end of November, I will absolutely let you know and we'll get it organised. So it's time for me to say night night, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I will see you again soon.